Okay, let's go over y-axis stacking. This is a fun little feature that we added into this because there's no guarantee that you're going to have a focus rail, and we wanted this to be a self-contained system that was able to do everything that we needed it to do without any additional equipment, except for a camera, of course. So right now what we got is we have this set up, and I just got done with another shoot. So we're going to go back to the main menu. And right now it's set up to use this focus rail that's right down here. However, we're not going to be using this focus rail. I unplugged it and it's no longer connected. And we're going to go ahead and do a stack anyway. So we're going to go down to settings. And we're going to go down until we find Y stack disabled. And we're going to hit select, and that's going to enable Y stack. So what that means is this is the Y axis, forward and backwards. So what we're going to do is, instead of moving the camera, we're just going to move the subject forward and backwards in order to get the stack. So we're going to go ahead and go back, and we're going to come up, and we're going to go to macro stacking and hit select. And it says, so right now what it wants me to do is position the subject. Now the important thing to remember is when you're doing y-axis stacking, you need the camera to be aimed straight at the subject. Not down at the subject, not up at the subject, but straight at the subject, and the lens needs to be in line with the box. Now for stacking, if it's a little bit off, it's not really going to cause much of a problem. However, it is something that you do need to pay attention to and have it as straight as possible. So right here we have my little friend. I do source my bugs ethically. I did not kill him for a shoot. I found him, he had already expired. I simply cleaned him up and brought him in and decided I was going to do a photo shoot with him. So now that we have everything set up, camera straight at the subject, we're going to go over here, and if you notice, Y no longer seems to work. Why is that? Because Y has become focus. So if I push out or I push back, bug moves forwards and backwards. Okay, so we're going to go and position the subject. So I might just give him a little bit of a, let's go head on. Why not? And raise him up. Bring him back. And then we're good. We have him in the place I want him. So we're going to move over to next, and we're going to set the near focus. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Just want to get the very front of his face in the focus peaking. And once I'm happy about that, I'm going to hit select. Now we're going to go set the far focus. Same thing. I'm going to move him until I see the outer edges look nice and crisp. We don't need to go all the way to his butt because it's hidden. So we're going to go ahead and put him there, and I'm going to hit select. And now if I want to double check my near focus, I just go back and I hit go to, and the subject will move back to its position. Nice and slowly as to not jostle or bump anything around. Now we have images in stack. How many images do we want? I'm just going to keep it with 10. That's an amount I'm comfortable with when shooting a subject about this size at 1:1. But you can always take that down to less images or more. In fact, I think 4 at f11 is enough to cover this. But if you have one of those calculators, use it, because you don't want to be wasting images and wasting storage, because this stuff will add up pretty quick. Or you can also hit select, and you can tell it exactly how many you want to use. Very good. Now that we have that, it says ready to stack. Number of images will be 10. Select to begin. Moves back up to the beginning position. And as you see, every time it takes an X, it's taking an image. Now the camera's not wrapping off because it's on movie mode, so we can see what the camera sees. But there it is, going through its stack, and it's almost done. 8. And all of these timing and everything is all adjustable. There's buffering for all of this stuff. Okay. And I think that we're good. So yeah, I mean, if you want to do it again, you can just hit select and it'll redo it. Or if you want, and you want to just get a little bit of a rotation on the guy, you can always just give him a little bit of a budge and do it again from that angle. Very easy, very fast, and simple to use. Y-axis stacking.